All right. So, hi. My name is Stephen Barnes. I'm the creator of the Life Writing Technologies and the Magic formula. Let's see. I think I have to make an adjustment to the sound here. Okay, great. Change just the sound. There are always technical glitches, but I thought today would be a good time to talk about fear. So, from the perspective of the magic formula and fire dance, if you'd like to find out more about these technologies, I would say to go to www.stephenbarneslist.com, or you can absolutely pick up the magic formula book at www.realheroesjourney.com. Now, earth rejoices our words, breathing in peaceful steps. Let every breath, every word, and every step make the Mother Earth proud of us. Amit Ray said that. Breathe. If you do this with wisdom, fear turns into energy. If the message of fear is to act, there simply aren't always easy goals presenting themselves. That's just the truth. But what you have to do is deal with it or lose your potential for real growth. So here are a few thoughts about that. One, you can do the 5-minute miracle. Specifically, do 60 seconds of deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing once an hour, at least 5 times a day. If you're under real stress, do it every hour and do it for longer than that. Two, the morning ritual. The first hour of the day should be a diamond hour, 60 minutes that belong to you, programming your biocomputer to be the person who can survive the storm, laugh at life, and provide shelter for the people that you love. You, this needs to be positive input, not doom scrolling. You don't wake up and start looking at negative news. You wake up and you feed yourself with things that help you become the person who you want to be. Specifically, number 3, decide to become that new person, one who has real clarity and power, as well as love and compassion. Decide to use the negative emotions to drive positive behaviors. I find it fascinating that I started the 75 Hard program. It's an internet sensation this week. It's designed to show you every weakness in your basic functioning and transform you into someone who can accomplish your dreams, which means escape suffering, embrace joy, and be of service. This requires an abundance of physical, emotional, and financial resources, enough to be able to help others, not just take care of yourself. The first thing you have to do is admit the desire to change, to not be a victim of circumstance or a victim of your own emotions. Your other options are to line up behind someone who has that courage and clarity. Or, of course, you could just give up. So those are your choices. Be a hero, support a hero, or give up. But the program is severe, and while I think anyone embracing it would be a much stronger, more centered person, if this would be easy for you, you're already a bad mother. So that's all I can say. You really are. So here's the program. Every day for 75 days, you exercise twice a day, a minimum of 45 minutes each session, separated by at least an hour, I'd say. One exercise session must be outside. You have to be exposing yourself to the elements. 2, you commit to a diet that moves you in the direction of your health and fitness. 3, no alcohol. 4, drink 1 gallon of water per day. This is tough. 5, read 10 pages of educational, self-improvement related non-fiction. 6, take a scantily clad selfie to see your physical progress. You do this for 75 days straight, and if you miss even one thing on one day, like if you miss your selfie on day 74, you start back over at day 1. Challenging, right? Yeah, it's Mount Everest for every man. I think the 75 Hard programs for people who want a hero level challenge without going on a dragon quest. But what about people who aren't ready for something like that? Well, if I was such a person, I'd say I'm not ready for that, but I wish I were. Let me try something less severe. It won't have the same effects, but it will be enough to get me going. Such a person could try what I see called the 75 Soft program. You can Google that. It's not as great a challenge physically, emotionally, or in terms of executive function, but everything is relative. Frankly, I think the program is a perfectly sound yellow belt level discipline, with the 75 Hard being a black belt level discipline. And it has 4 rules. 1, eat well, eat healthy food, and limit alcohol to social occasions. 2, exercise. Do 45 minutes of exercise each day with 1 day of active recovery per week. 4, drink water. Drink 3 liters of water each day. 4, read 10 pages of a book each day. Okay, those are the 4 for the 45, the 75 soft. Let's look at the differences, shall we? 1, eat well is pretty good, but doesn't everybody kind of think they are eating well? It would be useful to have a specific goal of increased energy, for instance, so that you know how to guide the diets. There's so many different dietary patterns. Limiting alcohol, well, it'd be possible to say that any dinner is a social occasion. Okay, so there's a lot of room for lying to yourself about alcohol there. 2, 45 minutes of exercise with 1 day off. That's pretty darn solid. I like it, and anyone for whom this sounds challenging will find great growth from doing it. So that's just fine. 3, drink water. Reducing the water a bit is fine, from a gallon to 3 liters. It's tough chugging water every 30 to 60 minutes, not to mention all the pee breaks. Yeesh. 4, read 10 pages. I have a little problem with this. This is only good for people who don't read at all. If you already read fiction, I think there is no reason not to read self-help, growth, healing-oriented material. In fact, the very discomfort you feel about doing that may be the very thing that is stopping you from growing. What you need to do is have a burning desire to know, to grow, to evolve, and to see reading as one way to model that from the magic formula perspective. We constantly need mentoring to empty our cup and learn, empty our cup and learn. So unless you don't read it all, I do think that just saying read anything isn't going to work. I know an awful lot of people who are happy to disappear into a book. That is not the same as moving your life forward, unless it is. Okay, so be very careful about that. The exclusion of the photograph is interesting. There's no logistical or practical reason not to do this for most people. If you've got a cell phone, it's got a camera on it. I think the problem is primarily emotional. So if you decide to exclude this, be honest and say, I'm not strong enough for this, but I will be. And do the yellow belt level stuff, understanding that one of the things you want is to be strong enough that photographing yourself naked is a joy, whatever your state your body is in, that you're grateful for your body and the resources to document your journey. That is what I would suggest to a student who's dealing with deep fear. Invest that fear in action designed to transform you into a hero who is committed to survive and grow enough to escape suffering, embrace joy, and protect your loved ones. Be of service. No one is coming to rescue us. You are the hero in the adventure of your lifetime. Wake up. This is Steve Barnes closing out, as I always do, with the Sanskrit expression that says that the divinity within me salutes and acknowledges the divinity within each and every one of you. Namaste. And remember, the Magic Formula book is at www.realheroesjourney.com.